Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it is a DeFi after party back again with an update video about FortuneFi. And this is, if you haven't seen this yet, this is a new protocol built on the base chain by our friends over at EMP and DexFi. And the protocol and site was actually built by BTT Built the Tech, and who were the same team that did Plasm and some other stuff too. But the latest one before this was Plasm. So crazy stuff has been going on here with FortuneFi. Last Monday, I created a video, about a 30-minute overview or so, regarding FortuneFi and basically how it works. And what's interesting is that this thing is just going to keep on building and building and building over time. And eventually, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we are going to see a this is over time, a multi 100,000, if not $1 million or so jackpot, just because of the odds of winning are just so, so I think it's 1 in 292 million chance that you get the jackpot. But the cool thing is that there's other ways to win, and that's actually what's cool. Like here in the states, United States, in California specifically, when you enter one of these lotteries like Super Lotto, Powerball, Mega Millions, etc., 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 you can win multiple ways, but generally speaking, your odds of winning something kind of relevant or worthwhile is very slim. But here with FortuneFi, let's say you don't win the jackpot. Okay, I think that's a 1 in 292 million chance, right? Pretty out there. But here's other ways to win. You could win a weekly pot, you could win a monthly pot, and then you could win a free ticket, which actually gets sent every night, every day, at a specific time. I forget which time it is. It's all in the FAQ here somewhere. But here's the crazy part. This is where FortuneFi is really going to stand out, in my opinion, is the weekly pot. Because when money comes into FortuneFi, when you buy a $2 ticket, that money essentially goes into buying a bond, a Treasury bond via the DexFi platform. That bond then goes to work creating real money, real yield, to then fund the main jackpot, the weekly pot, the monthly pot, and then the free tickets. Now, currently, we're sitting at $717.88 of a main jackpot, which is, and all together, it's not that much. But this thing is essentially only going to be growing until somebody wins. And because the odds are so high of somebody winning, this thing's going to get pretty big down the road. Meanwhile, though, okay, the money that the bonds are making, 50% of the yield, aka the rewards, aka the fees from those bonds, go into the main jackpot. 35% of that yield goes into the weekly pot, which is a big chunk. 5% goes in the monthly pot, and so on and so forth. And so the point here is when this jackpot gets really big, in the 50,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars, we're going to start seeing a weekly pot that is in the $10,000 range, and that's when people are going to start getting really, really interested. Now, as you can see, currently the weekly pot is $100. Last week, now this protocol just launched last week. I think it launched on like Wednesday or Thursday of last week. Today is Monday, February 2nd. I did a video on Monday, the 26th, I think it was, of January. And in that video, I said I'm going to pick some winners. I'm gonna buy people a ticket of whoever uses my referral link, which will be in the description of this video, by the way. And we'll go in and check on how many people did that. But last week there was $100 or so pot, weekly pot. Okay, and the cool thing is read it. 10 winners win every Friday, right? So because there wasn't that many people that had bought tickets, I think probably, I don't know, I would say 100 or so people bought tickets or less. That means 10 winners out of those 100 tickets would have a chance to win the weekly pot, right? Pretty great odds. That's what I'm saying. When the weekly pot gets to $10,000, you're going to start seeing this thing take off. You're going to start seeing people, trying to go after this weekly pot every week, which then helps make or create or make the main jackpot bigger. Because more people buying tickets for more chances equals more money going into the treasury bonds. The more treasury bonds we have, the more yield it creates. The more yield it creates, the more main jackpot goes up. The more weekly jackpot goes up, and the more more monthly pot goes up, right? So here's what's cool. You can come to the site. Link will be in the description. Link will be in the pinned comments. And here's the recent winners. So let's click here on weekly pot. It's going to open up base scan. And here are all the winners right here from last week. See, so the date 3 days ago is when it was paid. That was on Friday, January 31st. And this was auto paid. In other words, when it picks the winners, the money automatically gets paid out via the smart contract. So if you see here, $10, look, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10. There's 10 of these transactions for $10.13 because 10 winners won what was in the weekly pot. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There should be one more 10. And then this last person won 19 cents because 19 cents was what was in the whale pot. And the whale pot wasn't that big because, the protocol just started. And by the time it got to the end date of the end of the month for the whale pot to be distributed or won, it only had 19 cents in it. But here's the cool thing. There was 10 winners of the weekly pot, and I was actually one of them. This is my address right here. Look, D005. I'm going to show you. Here is, maybe if I do this, we'll just open it and show. Well, here, you can just see it, D005. You can see it right here, D005, right? So I was one of the lucky winners of the weekly pot. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So that just goes to proves that, number one, the protocol works as far as paying out goes. And number two, you have a really great chance of winning the weekly pot right now because there's not many people that are, this is a brand new protocol, so there's not that many people that know about it. Once this gets bigger and that weekly pot gets into the $10,000 range, that means 10 winners are going to split $10,000, which means you have a chance to win $1,000 if you're one of the lucky winners, right? And at that point in time, there's going to be a lot more people entering the FortuneFi jackpot every week because you have a chance to win that weekly pot as it gets bigger. Now, a couple other things I wanted to show in this video that I didn't really get a chance to show because it didn't really make sense or wasn't really clear how it works. But there is what they call a streak bonus for buying a ticket. And how it works is if you buy just one ticket every week for a year, 52 weeks in a row, and you don't miss one, then thereafter, as long as you keep the streak, that every time you buy a ticket, you get one free. So essentially, you're paying $2 for 2 tickets instead of paying $2 for 1 ticket. And you get to keep doing that until you lose your streak. So all you got to do, basically spend $2 every week for 52 weeks, which is 1 year. And after that 52nd week, on week 53, now you obtained the streak, and now you get 2-for-1 tickets. That is pretty cool, because here's what's going to happen. By that time, this whale pot is going to, the whale pot and the monthly pot are going to be bigger, right? The weekly pot and the whale pot are going to be bigger because they're going to have 1 year of growth time at that point. I mean, the main jackpot's going to be bigger, but that means that if you have the streak bonus going and you're getting 2-for-1 tickets, that means if you buy 1 ticket, you're getting 2. You're getting 1 for free. That's doubling your chances, right? Doubling your chances for winning the main jackpot. I guess you technically don't get a double the chance for the weekly pot, because this chooses 10 random wallets, not tickets, I believe. I don't know. It's a good question. I'll ask the team how that goes. I'm not really sure. And then monthly pot is only if you spend $100 or more per month, you get entered into winning the monthly pot. So as this thing gets bigger too, the people entering this, will be less than everything else. So there's a lot of cool gamification going on here. But the point is if you just buy 1 ticket every week, after the 52nd week, you'll be getting 2-for-1 tickets. That's pretty cool. Additionally, they have another part of the streak, which is a little confusing to me, but I had to ask these questions to get it figured out. But it's kind of like a bonus. And the bonus is if you buy 50, let's see this thing right here says buy 50 more to get 1 free. So if you buy 50 tickets, if I buy 50 more tickets, I'll get 1 free. Okay? And then you get, and then I think you get more too. Again, this is still confusing how this all works, and it's kind of a little confusing how it's worded. But the point is the more tickets you buy, and the more you streak, or the longer, or the tickets you buy per week, the longer you buy them in a row, as long as you keep that weekly streak going, then it just basically benefits you. That's the point. Okay, that's the point. There's some stuff listed in the FAQ. Where's FAQ? I think it's how it works. Or is it down here? Hold on a second. How it works. Yeah, if you read down here, it'll tell you. I think there's the streaking thing. Rewards consistent players with free bonus tickets. The longer you streak, the better you get. Blah blah. Buy 52 tickets, get 1 free. So on and so forth. Yeah, I'm not really sure about how the bonus tickets work, as far as you buy 52, you get 1 free. You buy 26, you get 1 free. Whatever. Blah blah blah. I just really know that the streaking, one per week for 52 weeks. By the time that's all said and done, now you are getting 1-for-1 at that point. So do that. Now, I said in my last video back in January 26th, you could see right here that around 8 p.m. or so, 1 week later, that I was going to go to my referral list, and for everybody that used my referral link that bought a ticket, that I would send a free ticket to them. So I'm going to refresh this page. You can see that is now 1 week later. It is 9 p.m., so it gave a little more time. And let's go over to the FortuneFi referral page. And let's see. So this wallet down here was a test wallet. I sent a ticket to there to make sure it worked. It did. So whoever this person is right here, 2D67, I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to send you a ticket because that's what I said I would do. So I'm going to go to the Jackpot page. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to put quick pick. I'm going to buy 1 ticket. I'm going to put gift entry. I'm going to paste that address in there. And I'm pretty sure that was the address. I'll double check in a second. 2D67. Go here real quick. Double check. Oops. Yep, 2D67. Okay. And I'm going to click purchase. Buy one ticket for $2. And 2D67 R2D R2C3PO R2D2. You have a ticket coming to you courtesy of the DeFi Afterparty. So there you go. You have been sent a ticket. And what's cool, I think it's on this page. If I go to my stats, it says gift history. And here's a ticket that was sent. It was ticket number 606 for this week's draw. So pretty cool. Pretty cool how that all works. So 2D67, you now have tickets. So that's it. That's all I wanted to do for this video, ladies and gentlemen, was come back to you, show you a little update, show you that I won $10 or so. It was on the blockchain. And pretty cool. And sent off that one ticket to the one person that bought one. So I'll see you on the next video. Let's get going. FortuneFi in a year from now. Let's see where we're at. I think it's going to be really excited. And that weekly pot is going to be pumping. Let's freaking go.